I'm obviously quite highly caffeinated most of the day.
I will just cherish that gift.
I'm quite intrigued by one of your coffees called Tropical Punch.
We've just played a tiny part in a special story.
You are actually called Lisa Angel.
By 2050 we're going to lose half of the available land for farming coffee due to climate change.
Hello and welcome to Style Arcade's podcast. In this episode, I'm joined by two incredible entrepreneurs. Now, first off, we've got Lisa Angel, who is the founder and creative director of the award-winning gifting, accessory and jewellery brand. And I'm also joined by the wonderful Holly Kragiopoulus. She's the co-founder and CEO of North Star Coffee, known for its exceptional coffee, its ethical sourcing and its long-term partnerships with coffee farmers globally. Welcome, guys. Honestly, we are out of the studio and into the heart of it all. We're here at Lisa Angel. Thank you so much, Lisa, for having us here. And we're fueled by North Star Coffee. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Delicious. Now, before we dive in, I love to open up our podcast with some questions. They break the ice, as it were. So I have got 4 here, 1 to 4. Would you like to choose one, Lisa?
Yes. Thank you.
Number 3.
Okay, this is a good one. What's bringing you joy right now? Being here, obviously. So I have had, coming here with my team, coming to Leeds, seeing the team here, getting to meet some new people, because there are some people I hadn't met before. I came with some amazing my retail manager, my store planning manager, who I don't always get to spend, the time that I want to. So having a whole weekend with them has been amazing. And being in Leeds, just had that atmosphere, just taking it all in, enjoying the sunshine, the restaurants, and the shops.
Well, we are glad
just being here right now.
You're new to Victoria.
We are.
And you're new as well.
That's right,
Holly. How are you finding it being part of this whole community, Holly?
Well, I mean, I again would have to say on behalf of my team that it's the best feedback we've ever had around any of our locations, in terms of they love working in Victoria Quarter. They love the kind of surroundings. They love the security team, the other businesses that are there. I think they've had an incredible welcome.
Oh, brilliant. And yourself then, Lisa, we know that you like it.
I do absolutely love it. And the first time I came to this place, I was completely wowed. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. It is my dream shopping centre.
Yes.
My favourite brands are here. I love Anthropologie, I love Nobody's Child, I love Neon. And our stories, I could keep going on, but all of our neighbours are just amazing, and feel really, really proud to be here. Kind of a bit of a pinch me moment, really, being in a shopping centre like this. It's the best. It's beautiful.
We've got the 2 sides. We've got Victoria Quarter, we've got Victoria Gate, and you're shopaholics. You are my kind of people. Okay, what question are you going for, Holly?
I'll go for number 2. Thank you. So, what can't you leave the house without? I think probably my most prized possession is my water bottle. Just from the perspective of I'm obviously quite highly caffeinated most of the day, so counteracting that with some hydration is always key.
Hey, it's so good. I know, absolutely. Okay, 1 and 4 is left.
Thank you. Oh, what's your coffee order? This is one I do. Okay, because I'm a bit embarrassed about my coffee order, even though that coffee is absolutely amazing. So I have a decaf oat latte, and I have decaf because I struggle a little bit with sleeping. But when decaf's like that, oh my God, I'm not missing out.
No shame.
That is absolutely delicious, and I just find I sleep so much better without it. And oat milk, I just love oat milk, and also I love a long milky drink. And that is very, very nice. Thank you so much.
Can I ask about decaf? I mean, you brought it up there. You obviously love decaf. I haven't really gone down that route because I do love coffee so much.
Yeah.
Does it taste different?
Yes, if it's yes, it does taste different unless it's good decaf. So I think the easiest way to answer that question is it's been a bit sidelined. You know, there's been actually this kind of movement of death before decaf, you know, amongst coffee drinkers and sort of coffee snobs. And it's really only been in the last 3 or 4 years that it's massively started gaining traction, which is forcing producers and manufacturers to create better decaf options. So if you're getting a good decaf, you really shouldn't. That's what makes a good decaf. A good decaf is that you shouldn't taste the difference, basically.
Fabulous.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Good.
Well, that leaves you with the last question.
For me,
Holly.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so who is your style inspiration or icon? I'd probably, this is a bit niche, but I'd probably have to say, do you know Mary Portas? You know, the queen of shops.
I love her.
Yeah. A bit of Prue Leith.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally, I think I'm
amazing.
channeling my 56-year-old self. But yeah, I kind of really adore Mary's sort of championing of independent, you know, sort of producers, clothing brands, and I think she's got a very confident sense of style, which I always,
She's
hope to
amazing.
emulate.
I think they are quite similar in
Yeah,
their kind of
quite quirky.
quirkiness.
Yeah.
Now, you've brought up independence there, and actually that is something that you both do. You really champion independence and yourself, you know, and female founders.
Yeah.
That is really good. Why has it always been important to you? Because, you know, we're in your store at Feast of the Eyes, and you make those choices, don't you, Lisa?
Yeah, we do. I guess to be important, like to be a woman in business, that sort of thing. I think, well, what I do is very feminine. We are in a very feminine shop anyway, so that really helps. But I think it is really important to sort of show that you know, we can do whatever we want to do. There shouldn't be barriers, you know, in business. And I think there's lots of people like Mary Portas, like Holly, who are kind of, you know, doing whatever we want to do, breaking boundaries, making things happen. And it's just good for inspiration for younger people as well, I suppose, to see that. It's good for my daughter to see that. I know she's really passionate, she's really ambitious, she wants to do really well in life, and I hope that I've given her a little bit of that inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, Holly as well, both of you are just really thriving in it. What was it like at the start, though, in, you know, 2013 coming into this?
Yeah, it was a real struggle. I think we had to go out and find our customers. We didn't land in Leeds with I mean, we're from Leeds, but we didn't kind of open our business here with a kind of a sea of customers there for the type of coffee that we were making and selling, for the price point we were selling it at, you know, with the accompanying demands on needing good equipment for people to be trained. You know, there was a real lack of understanding around what it takes to create a really outstanding cup of coffee. And we were young, we were 22 when we started the business. So we were often going into, you know, venues that had been established for longer than we'd been on the planet, trying to say, you should try this coffee, you know, we think it's pretty good. So it definitely was a real mission, I think, you know, in the first sort of 2 or 3 years, to kind of garner some respect, to sort of cement our brand, become known for what we wanted to become known for.
And educate them on coffee, really. It's an art form.
I think welcome them. That's probably what I would say. It's kind of, we started on a kind of fairly grungy industrial estate on the outskirts of the city centre, and we used to have to throw open the big shutter door in all weather just so that no one knew what a coffee roastery was, you know, in terms of the role that it plays in actually making something that prior to being roasted you can't drink. You know, it's quite an essential part of the supply chain. So it was, how do we kind of create that welcoming environment to sort of show customers that they deserved better from their coffee experience.
I love that. And you've got such a welcoming environment here, Lisa. It's just, as I said before, it's like a feast for its eyes. Have you got any favourite product that you're drawn to right now?
I'm loving, so I guess part of our USP is we have a personalisation part to our business. So sometimes in store we do pop-ups, so we can do hand stamping, which is quite skilled. We'll hand stamp a piece of jewellery, we can do engraving, embroidery on makeup bags, or, you know, all sorts of products. And right now in store, we have our kind of DIY charm bar over there. And I think that's doing really well, because I think people like to, and I love it, because you can give something really unique. So it might be, I don't know, you've graduated, or, the beach might be really special for you, so you want a shell on there, or you want an initial on there, or so you can make it your own. And I think that's really important, that it can be a story, and you can show what you're going through maybe, or what you've been through, or remember someone or something in your life. So making it special.
It is an emotional connection
Yeah.
with jewellery, gifts, accessories. I mean, I can remember where I bought this from and that from.
Yeah.
Have you had any stories from like customers that have really touched you?
All the time, honestly. It's why we do it, like what makes our business so special is exactly that. And to understand that we've just played a tiny part in a special story is amazing. Like that kind of lights us up. And I said to you earlier, like when sometimes if you're sort of like, going about your day-to-day business, just doing the general stuff, you kind of like can forget that slightly. And then I would go into store and listen to people, to our customers, and they would say, oh, this happened, or, this sparked some joy because of this moment. And it just all feels really worthwhile. And then also just looking through reviews, like that's so lovely. That can kind of like, sometimes I'm like, I'm having a bit of a bad day, I'm finding this challenging. I just have a look through what people have said about the company, and I'm like, no, this is why we do it. This is exactly why we do it. And yeah, so that is like the best part about our business, absolutely.
What's the best gift that you've ever been bought, Holls?
Oh my goodness. I have to say I'm very blessed actually. I have an incredible husband who buys me amazing gifts all the time. I can't think of an exact specific time, but yeah, I mean, he seems to just, I think really, the art of good gift giving is when you seem to really be able to convey that you understand that person, that you kind of understand the values that they hold, and that's reflected in the gift. And I think my husband does a really good job of that.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. But they get
me.
They get you.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody who's looking for a gift? Is it to be followed by the heart, or is there some direction?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is a little bit to be followed by the heart. And I think sometimes we can kind of like get a little bit, worried that person might not like it. But sometimes when I'm given a gift, and even if it's something that maybe I wouldn't have picked, I will just cherish that gift. And sometimes when it's clever, it's like I wouldn't actually buy this myself, but I will wear it and it feels more special. So I think sometimes it's just to follow your heart, and just to get that thing that just makes that connection, that just makes you feel good, it brings joy. That's the thing, isn't it?
And that's it.
Yeah.
Coffee brings me joy.
Me
I'm
too.
not going to lie, Holly, it really, really does. Where are we seeing it go right now? I mean, matcha, we're hearing a lot of. Is that the most popular thing?
I think it's becoming very, very popular. I think over the last year it's probably become top of the list of new trends that have sort of the last 2-3 years really. I think decaf, surprisingly, is massively growing a market, particularly amongst younger people who are kind of very well-being conscious, very health conscious. And I think iced drinks are absolutely where it's at. So every coffee outlet nowadays will have not really like a Starbucks-esque, Frappuccino menu, but definitely a kind of signature drinks offering that, is a really fun opportunity as a barista to kind of put something creative together that, can be original and unique to that particular space.
My teenage daughter loves iced coffee, so it definitely ticks that box.
Yeah.
I'm quite intrigued by one of your coffees called Tropical Punch, because that has a big following. How did that come about?
Yeah, I mean, it came about, again, responding to a bit of a trend growing in coffee, which is, I think, particularly amongst the specialty coffee community, there's been a real growing interest in being able to identify flavour notes in coffee. Coffee's more chemically complex than wine, so there's when we talk about coffee having notes of, orange blossom or hazelnut, those things exist within the coffee because of where it grew, because of, the soil it grew in, etc. And a way of maximising those flavour notes is by what we call co-fermenting, which I heard an analogy from someone in our team the other day that was like, oh, it's a bit like marinating chicken. which is actually a really good way of explaining it, but it's essentially where something's added to the coffee cherries as they're fermenting. And in the case of tropical punch, it comes from an incredible supply partnership we have in Rwanda, where pineapple grows naturally alongside coffee trees, fresh pineapples added to the coffee cherries when they're fermenting, and the kind of result in the cup is something that it doesn't necessarily scream of pineapple, but it's definitely affected the kind of flavours in the cup profile. So it's really funky, quite boozy, quite kind of rum inspired, but none of those things have been added. You know, it's just the natural flavour that exists because of the process coffee's been through.
Sounds amazing.
So,
I need to try that.
You wouldn't believe that all those flavours exist in
Yeah,
coffee, would you, Lisa?
yeah.
No, it's the best part. It's one of the best parts of our job is being able to first of all, like, identify those flavours and be a part of the kind of magical, we sort of talk about being welcomed into the North Star universe, the sort of galaxy of specialty coffee, because it is a real journey of discovery that somebody can go on. You know, when you think, well, I just like a coffee, so realistically something that's maybe a bit chocolatey, that just tastes like coffee, and then you can kind of see customers going on this journey through the range where suddenly they're at tropical punch and they're kind of wanting more. And being able to teach others to identify those flavours as well is a really, really lovely part of what we do.
Talking about taste,
Yeah.
I mean, I read something about you. You're going to have to tell me if this is true. I think you're one of 12 women, only 12 women, that has got this major coffee qualification and about the taste. Tell me about that. That sounds like a wow.
Well, I think that's probably quite an out-of-date stat now. I think there's probably quite a few, but I'll take one. I think when I became a licensed Q grader taster in 2014, and I think at the time I was like one of 4 in the UK. You know, it was a kind of really much rarer sort of qualification, but it's like a sommelier for wine basically. So it was 6 days of exams doing blind sensory tests and things. So yeah.
Do you know exactly where a coffee bean is from the taste?
Possibly. I would say 5 or 6 years ago, almost definitely. Now we're seeing this incredible sort of like period of innovation where certain profiles are being emulated, you know, in different regions. So it's not quite as simple as that, but what I could do would be to identify the attributes of the coffee and maybe determine how high quality it is.
Last one on this before I move on, but I'm intrigued. What is the best coffee bean, in your opinion?
I mean, my sort of journey into coffee started in Kenya in the Highlands, and I would say as a result, definitely Kenyan coffee for me can't get much better than that.
Style Arcades, your gateway to luxury style. Subscribe for insights from the world's most coveted brands and be the first to be notified on new episodes. Subscribe today.
Now, something that surprised me about you and this brand that I absolutely love is you are actually called Lisa Angel. It's there on the wall, right? But you are that name. I always thought, no, that's just the name of the store. I mean, that begs for you to do something with it.
Okay.
Having the name Lisa Angel,
Thank you. I think it has worked, so I am really grateful for my name. It wasn't something that I was naturally drawn to. I thought, I have a great name. I did not think that, completely opposite. And I did try to really find a really cool name. And I tried, and I was kind of putting all different words together and what the business meant and did all the whole marketing thing. And I just found it so difficult, and I just could not come up with, I wanted a really cool name, not necessarily my name, but my business coach, Anne, who's my really dear friend as well, just said, just go with your name. And time was pressing on, and I was quite reluctant to do it. And but anyway, now it's great, it's amazing. And people do remember it, which is so special. And people like it, so the name is good.
I'm not the only one.
Still feels a bit weird saying that, sorry.
I'm not the only one surprised. Please tell me that.
No, lots of people are surprised. They don't think it's my name. It's the name I was born with.
I love it.
Thank
Far
you.
better than my name.
And mine.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know about that. Kragiopoulus is a good one.
Yeah.
You have lots of different people that you have in store as well as your own brand. We talked about that before, but I spied something a little bit earlier. that piqued my, my nostalgia, should I say? Jellycat,
Jellycat.
And now part of Lisa Angel.
Yes.
And that is
We're so
absolutely
lucky.
gorgeous.
Yes.
So I saw this gorgeous bunny rabbit. I mean, the range is fantastic. But I think it fits in with what you do, because you said about kind of the emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it does. They're just so cute, aren't they?
They are.
Oh,
now,
and there's
if
your
we
original.
put, for anyone who's listening to this and not watching on our YouTube, I have got I would say it's my daughter and my sons, they have shared this bunny rabbit. And Lisa, you've got your brand new white one. And this is a great shade of grey. It's been well loved.
Oh, was it actually a white to begin with? Or was it?
I mean, look, and it's got its original tag on.
So lovely.
It may have been washed a few times, but it's never the same. Like the kids like the smell of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you don't really want to wash it. That looks so beautiful. Well, actually, how well loved and amazing does that look? And my daughter has one exactly the same. So when
15 years old.
Yeah.
Is that, like I said, what made you want them to be a part of?
We absolutely love them. Yeah, we do feel that they're kind of, there's a bit of fun involved, isn't there? The quality is absolutely beautiful. They're timeless. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous, isn't it? So yeah, exactly right for our brand. We're so happy to have them.
When I was in here on the other week, I witnessed an interaction at the till in this shop of someone coming in, and it was, I think, a Jellycat from the vegetable range.
Oh yeah.
But they were like, oh, I've been looking for this particular one for ages. It was like a real collector sort of thing, and it was this really, really lovely moment sort of like
that's
witness.
amazing.
So
I think they're just about to launch a collection which is like the really popular, like older styles that are all sold out, that you might be able to get, for crazy money, because they are a collector's piece, aren't they?
Okay.
But they're relaunching them to independent, so we will get it here. So that's kind of an exciting
definitely.
moment. That would be happening soon, so keep your eye
Did you
on
ever
that.
think, when you started back in 2004, that we'd be sitting here today, you'd have numerous stores, people would be knowing your name?
No, I didn't. No, when I set out in business, I was hoping to have. So I remember sitting there with somebody who had offered their help for free. I had lots of amazing people around me to help me when I started, when I was like literally on my own. And this person was kind of an expert in marketing and just wanted to help me out. And I remember him saying, "What do you want?" And I said, "I would love for 1,000 people to, have a piece of my jewellery," or whatever it was at the time. And he was like, "Wow, that's a lot, like 1,000 people, wait." And I remember thinking, well, that just seemed like a million miles away to him and to me. And now we kind of probably have that every day, which is amazing. It is so special. We feel incredibly lucky and incredibly honoured to share, what I said about having that, like, something special in their life, or hopefully just a tiny part of a story or a moment. Just making it, part of what we do, and to bring joy to their lives is pretty special.
It is, it's special. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I know your passion shines through in what you do, Holly, and you really are making change as well. And that is something that you were determined to do from the start with the business. You've got the impact fund, but even before starting this, you've been giving back. Tell us a little bit about the projects that you do.
Well, our entire business was very much started from us witnessing, this is going to sound really dramatic, but the impending collapse of the coffee industry. We we had this 3-month research trip to Kenya in 2010, where we spent time interviewing producers. I was writing a dissertation on fair trade, and it became apparent at that point that this system, this kind of second most valued commodity in the world after oil, doesn't work for the people that it's most reliant upon. And actually, since we've obviously got into opening retail shops, the other end of the spectrum, the hospitality industry as well, is also really, really sort of challenging. So this incredible supply chain that so many of us are reliant upon to kickstart our day. Two really scary stats are that by 2050 we're going to lose half of the available land for farming coffee due to climate change. And the second is that the average age of a producer is now 57. happen. So it just sort of shows you like how unviable this profession has become. Decades of sort of economic volatility and a whole load of other factors have sort of led us to this point. So when we came to be aware of that, you know, we felt personally kind of instilled with this real responsibility to try to inform people, to try to I guess take a different way of working when it comes to sourcing coffee, to how it's marketed, how people realise its value. We need people to stop looking at it as a kind of faceless commodity, because it's 25 million people that produce this rather than, you know, oil, if that makes sense. It's a very sort of human-centred
That's crazy, the numbers
industry.
and
Yeah.
those stats about, you know, 57.
Yes, yeah.
I would never have thought about that, you know. I mean, we have the younger generation here that are absolutely loving the coffee. We talked about the iced coffee.
Yeah.
Yet it is an older generation.
Yeah.
So how do we change that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't necessarily think we've got all the answers, but because we're proudly independently owned, we have this kind of incredible liberty to start to try things, I suppose, to sort of like build in our hope is to kind of build a bit of a case study for a way of working. So some of the projects we've been really privileged to establish have been focused on youth empowerment. So we've kind of worked with this group in Rwanda, previously kind of mentioned, who produce our tropical punch coffee. You know, there were no opportunities locally for young people to stay within the region. They were having to seek roles in mining or, you know, kind of emigrate to the city or to another country. And we kind of found out that they didn't want to do that. If it was very much, you know, needs must sort of thing. So we kind of funded the preparation of 8 hectares of land with 20,000 coffee trees, distributed it amongst 20 young people from the region, and they were supported with agronomy training and harvesting support. And yeah, those are now 20 young people, like between the age of 18 and 30, who have 1,000 coffee trees each, who are earning a really sort of impactful income for themselves, but also for their households. And North Star kind of, you know, is committed to buying every single coffee bean produced from that plot of land at a price that they deem to be viable, which is exactly how the industry needs to start to work, you know, if we want those people to stay in business, basically. So that's one example. Yeah,
It's really incredible.
Really good.
And so going forward, you know, what is the hope for the future for North Star Coffee and beyond?
Yeah, it's interesting. You talked a bit about being like a female founder, and you know, that kind of just I was just been reflecting on that as we've been chatting. It's been, for the most part, amazing, but I've definitely struggled in the past with not being really taken seriously.
Yeah.
You know, or kind of being told that what we do is like a passion project kind of thing, because we're passionate about it. So for both myself and for the industry, I've got a real ambition to, I guess, grow us to a point where we're kind of taken seriously by other businesses, but mostly because in doing so, we then kind of develop the influence that we want to have to really sort of like ignite wider change across our industry. So growth is a kind of given, not just because it creates impact in that, you know, the more coffee we sell, the more impact projects we can set up, etc. But also because I guess that lasting legacy we're wanting to build requires growth. We have to get to a certain size for us to be able to try to incite change.
I don't know how anybody couldn't take you seriously. You honestly are inspiring. Both of you are. Lisa, what is next for Lisa Angel? I know you've opened numerous stores in recent times.
Yes.
Maybe on a bit of a break, but is there a plan?
There is a plan. So maybe 1 or 2 more shops on the horizon in the future. We're not going to go too crazy. We love the fact that what we do is you know, unique. We don't want to go everywhere, but if the right shop comes up in the right location, then we have got a couple that we have our eye on, then that would be amazing for us. Because it just feels right, and it would feel like a natural progression. I feel like everything we've done is quite like organic, and maybe the shops recently, you know, have been a bit faster, but generally before that, everything feels like a natural progression. And we've done everything quite, I mean, we do take risks, you know, you have to take risks, but they're always kind of quite thought through, and if something went wrong, then we'd have a backup plan. So it's always felt quite calculated, I suppose. So we want to, sort of do what we are doing, and if we can kind of like keep our, you know, our customers inspired, and that our customers are loving what we're doing, and we can still create this, like, be part of their story, create this little piece of joy, then we would be happy. And if my team are like proud of what we do, you know, that for me is everything, you know. I think we're getting there, so that's amazing.
I think they all do, and they're all going to be continuing on this journey with you and you together. We've come to the end of the podcast, but we have got a quick fire round, which, you know, we love to finish off with. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm going to go first with you, Holly. Morning coffee or afternoon pick-me-up?
Morning coffee, definitely. Got 2 young kids.
Absolutely. I hear you. Earrings or necklaces, Lisa?
Oh, it's so difficult. You can stack both. I don't know. Necklaces, I think. Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's like naming your favourite
necklaces.
child.
I know. I do know I cannot leave the house without a pair of earrings to just bring it into the mix.
Right. Well, I'm going with earrings.
Okay. Lovely.
Coles, summer heat or winter chill?
Summer heat.
Yeah, definitely. Me
Nice
too.
to have a bit
My
of
skin tone doesn't agree, but, you know, I brings so much joy, doesn't it, this time of year?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Bit of vitamin D.
I agree.
Okay, handwritten notes or digital reminders, Lisa?
Definitely handwritten notes, without a doubt.
So you can tell with the sign. It's all got that lovely handwritten kind of edge to it.
It's got to be unique.
Okay, books or films?
Books, definitely.
Oh, that was a quick answer. Hey.
Same for me too.
Yeah.
Any recommendations?
Oh gosh, so many. I'm reading so many. We were talking about Taylor Reid Jenkins. I've just started reading Atmosphere off the back of that.
Well, I want to read it.
Yeah.
I am a fan of that particular author. I think it's the 7 Whys.
Yes.
We'll Google it. We'll Google it. But also David Nichols, One Day.
Yes, that's great.
Great book. Great book. And finally, Lisa, dress up or dress down?
I'm going to say dress up, but I do like to be comfortable.
I think you can do both nowadays.
Yeah, I think you can. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I have enjoyed every single moment of this, and I have loved the coffee as well along the way. I'm going to finish off my coffee as we finish this episode of Style Arcade's podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget, if you haven't seen any of the other podcasts, you can still by going on our YouTube channel, by going on Amazon, Spotify and Apple, and you can also follow us, Style Arcade's podcast, on Instagram. So until next time, stay stylish.